Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Polkadot, which is one of our favorite coins, just passed XRP, and Polkadot is actually going pretty damn crazy because the last time I checked it was at $16, but right now it is almost at $18, and for that reason alone, if this video hits 1,500 likes within 24 hours, we're giving away $100 worth of Polkadot. Again, hopefully that's going to be 5 Polkadot in a couple of hours here, who knows, but that price is going completely insane. Having said that, this article here has also explained partially why. It is mostly because Polkadot has quite a lot going for themselves, especially the thought that you can also stake. It's one of the biggest staking networks, and there's a huge ROI on that, which a lot of people see as dividends. And on a side note, of course, since the lawsuit is really taking XRP down, well, you can kind of understand why this is happening. Having said that, though, I'm pretty excited on both. As I've shown before in videos, I hold Polkadot. I'm very excited about Polkadot, but of course, I'm also very happy with holding XRP, as I think the future of that one is also going to be good. Then, Ripple VP has said, "We are growing our network exponentially due to superior technology." Now, once more, I will probably see quite a lot of jokes in the comment section down below, as XRP, again, just broke to the 5th place, basically, in crypto. You can see it right here. However, I still think there's quite a good charm to XRP, so I'm not even still too worried about it. And that's mostly because if you start to think about what Ripple really does and what they're planning to achieve, well, that really gets your spirit up, basically, because you know these guys are building something which is going to last for the next couple of decades, and one small little lawsuit, whatever the reason for it, won't really hold them down, because in the end, they'll operate in whatever way they want to. It is just a hiccup along the way. But in the end, guys, I see the long term as pretty damn bullish. A Ripple executive reveals that their client network is growing at a rate of 2 per week, even though the lawsuit is going on, they're still growing. The price of XP remains low in response to the lawsuit, as a lot of people don't want to speculate on the coin right now since it's being taken away from quite a lot of platforms. But even though another couple of platforms took it away right now, I think the price is still holding up pretty nicely, if you're honestly asking me. For example, everybody is speculating right now that because Coinbase is stopping the trading and all these other companies are stopping the trading right now, that it would have been negative, but no. I mean, it's doing pretty good still. And in good, I mean, it's not going like minus 10 or something like that anymore. It's just staying quite neutral, which is, I guess, my point. However, also, I don't think many people knew that they are still expanding this much. For the last couple of days, we've been talking about the network effect or the snowball effect of Ripple, basically showcasing how they're making partnership here, partnership there, and that ultimately is going to lead to, for example, 4. If you get 2 partnerships, it's going to lead to ultimately to 4, and so forward and so on. It's just going to keep expanding like that. He said, in this regard, or this is the text above the quote, in that regard, the Director of Information and Technology at CW Resources, Brian Rogalski, responded to an article shared by the Vice President of Global Sales of Ripple, John Mitchell. Rogalski called for clear regulations and stated that XRP is the most efficient and least expensive way to send money around the world. Mitchell responded, "We continue to build our network, signing new financial institutions at the rate of 2 a week. Our network is growing exponentially. That's the impact we are having with our superior technology." So even if you don't personally believe in it, understand that they're hiring quite a lot of people still. There's a ton of job applications open, and they're not quitting. Whatever happens, they are not quitting. Now, implications of future SEC chief in case against XRP and Bitcoin ETF. So another, I guess, batch of negative news has just come out, at least some people have said, as the new Gary Gensler, or however you guys would like to pronounce that, have been quite negative, all right? All the thoughts surrounding him. Gensler's name as SEC chairman has begun to circulate more strongly since the release of a Reuters report on the January 13th this year. However, his name as a candidate for the SEC chief has come up since he was part of the financial policy transition team following the favorable results for Joe Biden in the presidential election. The YouTuber Chico Crypto has done research on Gensler's career from 1997 under Bill Clinton's administration to the present. In his research, the YouTuber determined that Gensler deeply understands the crypto industry and its market. However, in several interviews, Gensler claims that XRP is a security. The biggest security violation raised by the SEC chief candidate appears to be the repeated sale of Ripple's funds in XRP. Quote, "Ripple the company is exchanging XRP for something of value, and they're using it right now. They sell it every month. It's in a lockup. There's an escrow, and they sell XRP every month. Ripple, the company, initially did the Genesis block back in 2013, but kept 80% of the tokens. In that sense, Gensler believes that even a favorable decision for XRP could lead to more lawsuits. This is because there could be other tokens classified as securities seeking a positive outcome for the cases based on the precedent set by Ripple Labs. Gensler stated, "Let me say this. If a court decides that they're not securities, I think that too probably ends up in court. And the reason is because someone else will say, why are they getting out of regulation and I'm not?" Yeah, I get that, but hey, that's kind of how every lawsuit can work, so that's really not a big issue. And then Bitcoin ETF approval, which for example, some banks, was it JP Morgan? I believe so, has said that the Bitcoin ETF approval at first could be negative for the crypto prices. Logical though, as right now a lot of institutions are speculating on Grayscale. They're buying Bitcoin basically in their trust at a premium, which could have pumped the Bitcoin price. We don't really know for a fact. However, if the ETF were to come in, then there's no really arbitrage possible between those two prices anymore, basically. And so, theoretically speaking, crypto shouldn't pump as hard, all right, as all will be equal. But that's my belief. In an article for CoinDesk, former U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission senior official Jeff Bandman shares his experience working with Gensler, and there he confirms that the SEC chief candidate has a pro-Bitcoin vision and I guess a bearish XRP vision. In addition, Bandman believes that under Gensler's presidency, if his position is confirmed, he would change the focus of the regulatory body from wanting to prevent something bad from happening to how can these cryptos be offered safely to American investors. Bandman predicts the following, quote, "I think we will see the SEC greenlight retail Bitcoin exchange traded funds. Finally, and I anticipate he will review closely and be persuaded by data regarding the underlying liquidity of the spot market and the integrity of selected source marketplaces where price discovery information are occurring." Then, Twitter wants to decentralize social networks and Cardano will help. So it's not really certain how this will move along because Cardano, I guess his founder basically, or Cardano's founder, Charles Hoskinson, has very often stated that he would like to, I guess, build more decentralized systems or help with them. However, they've also said that they could, I guess, start or at least work on some new decentralized kind of Twitter-ish platform. However, in this case, Jack Dorsey, I think, which is interesting, has really shown interest in decentralized networks, even though they banned a certain very important blonde-haired individual. I think you guys all know what I'm trying to talk about right here. So even though they banned him, which a lot of people was really outrageous, they, the Twitter CEO and such, are looking for a more decentralized way. I think that's interesting, right? So I've personally stated before, I don't think it's really going to be simple at all how they can decentralize a system like this. Because if you think about it, what if people just post things you really don't want to? You can set rules in place, but is there going to be someone who's going to govern it? Or will people be appointed with power, with voting? Or how is it going to work? Because you need a lot of moderators then, right? Or what? Because what if a lot of people just report something for fun and giggles, and all of a sudden there's a detection mechanism basically that's coded in, hard-coded, I guess, and then it's going to take it away? Or how is it going to work? Because who's going to be the moderator of that platform if it's completely decentralized? I just don't get it really. Or does it mean it's decentralized with a centralized host basically? But then what's the point of making it decentralized if everything it could be the same as Twitter? Then I really don't get it. But Jack said, "We are trying to do our part by funding an initiative around the open decentralized standard for social media. Our goal is to be a client of that standard for the public conversation layer of the internet. We call it Blue Sky. Twitter, We are working on something, Jack. You shouldn't build this in-house. Make it an open source project and our entire industry can contribute." Both valid points. One, they're building and trying to help. Second of all, make it open source so, people can first of all help. And second of all, we can all see what's going on. No cheeky business, and make it truly decentralized and public. Demand for Ethereum hits rooftop price could quadruple within 90 days. These types of predictions are very risky because they are not really often true. However, Alex Saunders here said, exchanges will run out of Ethereum in 10 days at the current rate. Reserves dropped 10% in 24 hours. Incredible. We all know what happened when demand outstripped supply of Bitcoin. It quadrupled in 90 days. Can the world computer top that? Interesting. The total market cap of all DeFi, including Chainlink, is $25.7 billion. XRP and Litecoin ADA will result in $31 billion. Decentralized futures exchanges on Ethereum are also seeing fast growth. Perpetual Protocol, for instance, is processing $50 million per day. Point being, Ethereum is expanding like crazy. There's right now a ton of freaking demand. Can we pump up like crazy is the big question that I guess is being asked right now. Stacking said, safe to say, Link, Ethereum, and DOT are the majors that will lead us into alt season. All right, then let's quickly check. Laurent Bachelier, Bitcoin Pro. Okay, so this was just, sounds good, about the guy who has been identified as the person sending Bitcoin, $500,000 worth to the activists. That's all I wanted to say about that one. Not trying to stall too long over there. And here, Warren Buffett blasted Bitcoin as a worthless delusion and rat poison squared. Here are his 16 best quotes about crypto. Now, personally, I only like to look at these quotes because he just kept saying it's going to be bad, it's going to be bad. And now a couple years later, you know, the price has gone so ridiculously much up. He said in 2014, you're going to be a lot better off owning productive assets over the next 50 years than you will be owning pieces of paper or Bitcoin. Isn't that interesting how he said that in March 2014? Let's quickly check out what the Bitcoin price was doing back then. March 2014. Let's take a good little look right here. March 2014, the price was at around $250. So I don't know what type of companies he's holding, but oh wait, was it? Yeah, okay, let's say $500. Let's say $500. Let's put it at 5, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's say $500. Well, I don't know what kind of companies he's holding, but if you don't call $500 to $40,000 a good ROI, well, then maybe I'm crazy. Yeah. Also, check out GSX, guys. It is a gold-backed coin, the first of its kind. I personally put a couple $1,000s in because I want to try it. I think there's like 65 or so days left before it goes public on exchanges. And right now it's 10 cents plus a 21% bonus plus a 5% bonus for using my link. What if it goes to 40 cents the day it drops, right? What if? That's why I'm going for it. It happens to quite a lot of coins, and I'm going to try it out, hopefully, for a good ROI. And if you're from the US, check out Webull. It's just an exchange where you can trade stocks and cryptos and a couple other things. So just check it out because I think you get a couple of stocks for free if you deposit $100. Go check it out, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.